Hello, would you like to join the video? Hey pet owners, here are some good tips to help you travel abroad with your pets.
You're so cute. What does it look like?
Belinda and I have been from Hong Kong to Canada together, and now we are going to Thailand. And so here are some tips for you to help you travel with your pet. So the first thing that you need to consider if you are moving to a new country is what are the visa requirements for the country that you're going in. And now these will vary based on your country of origin and the purpose of your visit. Are you traveling as an investor? Are you traveling as a digital nomad? Did you get a job in the country that you're going to? And so finding that out is your first step to the pathway to move to a new country. Same for traveling with your pets. You want to check the import requirements for the country that you are going in and know that these will vary based on your country of origin. And for those of you interested in more detail on this, I have put together a little ebook about moving abroad and things to consider for you and your pet below. So a few essential documents that you're going to need to have, at least going to Thailand, is you're going to need to get a health certificate. And this is generally a common thing that you'll need if you're traveling with your pet. And depending on where you're going, you might need different vaccinations. You might need to get a different microchip. So that'll all vary, but having a health certificate is really essential. And you want to check, depending on the country that you're going and the country that you're leaving, whether you need to have that certified by a government official or if having it certified by your regular veterinarian is enough. So these are all things to look at and consider. And also you want to check on the country of origin side if there are any paperwork that you need. In Thailand, for example, you do need to get an import certificate, and there are steps that you need to take to do that, which again, I'll share in that ebook for you. I'll spare you the details. So one thing that you want to consider too about if you're traveling with your pet is what is the cultural norm surrounding pets in your country? So for example, Bali, it's actually illegal to import your dog there. And so you really want to have an understanding of what the culture is like for pets. A great way to do this is go on Facebook groups of the country that you're going in for different expat groups, and people can share their experience of what life is like in the day-to-day with their dog. And this is a really great place to get tips and advice for pet-friendly areas or different veterinarians, for example. Thailand, for example, one of the things that I'm finding that's a little bit challenging is a lot of accommodation is actually not pet friendly. So this is something that I'm working with the real estate agent to find a place that does allow me to have my pets. And so you want to consider that. And if you're staying in a hotel upon arrival, generally the hotel will state, you can click pet friendly as a check mark on booking.com or Airbnb. Generally, depending on the place, I know in Thailand, they want you to have, if you're getting accommodation, 2 months rent plus a deposit. So you want to make sure that you are budgeting enough for your flights, your accommodation, anything you might need upon arrival. Depending on the country, like Thailand, for example, places fortunately tend to be furnished. So you just need to buy like certain little small things upon arrival. But that's something to note about the particular place that you're going to. You're going to need to budget on buying carriers for your pets. You're going to need to budget for vaccinations for yourself and your dog and health certificates. And you're also going to need to budget in addition to your flight. Generally, there are fees associated to traveling with your pet. So whether your pet is traveling in cabin with you or in a cargo hold, there are generally fees associated to that. And sometimes those also vary the fees depending on the size of your dog. And also to note on visas, depending on what visa you were getting, it's sometimes a requirement for getting a certain visa. You need to have a certain amount of money in your bank account. So these are all things to look in for when you're planning your travel budget. So what to pack for your pets? So a few things. You need to make sure that you check the airline requirements for what crate you need and what sizes and restrictions. So this will vary whether your pet is going in cargo hold or if they're going in cabin with you. Generally, you want to have enough space for your pet to stand up and move around in the crate. And you want to make sure the crate that you get is airline approved. Other things that we're packing. So we generally eat fresh food. We meaning Harley and Clinda, but I'm going to be packing a bag of freeze-dried raw food for them because that is the most next best in terms of nutrition for dogs. So I'm going to have enough food for them for a few days until we can get the ingredients to make our own food. And you can check out Puppy King Fresh Foods. My dog Harley is a little bit nervous, so I am getting her a pheromone collar for the flight. Kalinda's a little more relaxed, as you can see. We're bringing a few of their favorite toys. We've got different leashes, extend leashes. For me, because we're going to be doing a lot of water sports, we also have some really cute life jackets that we're bringing with us. Kalinda's older, so for adventures, I'm bringing a bag that I can carry her in if she gets tired on our hikes, and bringing their bowls, and I will get us like a nice bed and other products when we're over there. But those are the main things that we are traveling with. You're going to want to research different airlines to travel, find out what their pet policies are, find out what their restrictions are with pets. A big thing is, do they have a separate pet cargo hold? And is it temperature controlled is the question I would definitely recommend asking if your pet is too large to travel in cabin with you. And also talk to other pet owners and their experiences. I know it can be really nerve-wracking, but as someone that has traveled from Hong Kong to Canada with my dogs, it can be very stressful for the day with your pets, but there are things you can do, like getting a pheromone collar if your dog is a bit anxious, talking to your vet about different anti-anxiety medications. If your dog is going in a cargo hold, making sure you're crate training your dogs as much in advance as possible. And this can be done by gradually adding treats and feeding them in their cage, getting them to spend more and more time in there, getting them comfortable. And all these things can be done to make your pet's travel as painless as possible. So guys, as long as you have your visa requirements in order, you've researched those export and import requirements for your pets, you've looked at what your budget is, you've gotten all the necessary materials, and you've looked into moving into your new country and what it's like for you and your pets, you're going to be just fine. And for those of you who are feeling a little bit overwhelmed about the thought of moving abroad, I put together a little guide for moving abroad with your dog that you can download for free at the link below.
Yeah, what do you think, little baby?
All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions that we didn't answer about moving abroad with your pet or yourself, write them in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to our channel. Bye! Mwah.